Last couple of years on our Arianga service trip, we've been working on a perpetual project to build a bit of a fire pit down at the corner of the school complex, and it's been fantastic, but it has not been without its challenges, shall we say? And really, as I stop and think about it, it's been an experiment in control and what we're not in control of. We're not in control of the tools we use. We're not in control of the resources we get. We're not even in control of the weather, how hot it is when we try to put this thing together. And it's been really challenging, but it's also been fantastic to see the discipline of the students to rise above that, to not be limited in what we create just by the challenges that we're facing. And the more I reflect on that, the more it makes me think about our last fruit of the Spirit, self-control. I think for a lot of people, self-control the idea is rooted in not doing the fun things I'd like to do and doing the boring things I really don't want to do. And there is definitely an element of that in the concept of self-control, but I think if that's our only understanding, then we're really limiting what God is trying to do in our lives in the fruit of the Spirit of self-control. There's another verse in the Bible that gives us a bit of insight, I think, into what God's really on about. There's a verse by Paul that you are a slave to whatever masters you. Now, at first glance, that seems a bit redundant, but really, when you stop to think about it, it's actually quite profound. Think of it this way. Am I a slave to hot chips if I cannot resist grabbing a couple every time I walk past an open pack? Well, the answer is actually yeah, I actually am. And there are lots of things in our lives, if we're really honest and think about it, whereby we're not in control of our choices because of our appetites or our desires or our weakness or our insecurities. And those things are the things that control our decision making. And so, no, we aren't free. We are a slave to whatever masters us. And that's the last thing God wants for his people. All throughout the Bible, there's been this undertone of freedom. First, you see it in the Exodus, freedom from slavery. But in the New Testament, that's developed so much more deeply and richly from just a physical understanding. God wants us to be free from all the things that control us, all the things that limit us, that take away our God-given right to make decisions out of wholeness, not out of weakness or brokenness or bondage to whatever it might be. People's opinions, past hurts, poor decisions on our own part. God yearns for his people to be free. And the key to that freedom is actually self-control. The ability to make decisions because we know they're right, because we know they're helpful, because we know they are in God's best interest for us and everyone, even though they may not feel good at the time or they might challenge our preconceptions. God yearns for us to be free. And when we embrace that, part of that is embracing self-control. And when we do that, we get to make something beautiful. We get to create something in our own lives, not because of outside forces or limitations, however powerful they are. We make choices because we can, because we know they're right, and because we know they are of God, not of anything else. And in that self-control, there's great freedom to do fantastic things.